Happy Wednesday to you. This is John McEntyre Show Live. I'm John McEntyre, and this is a show for your health and financial health and wellness. Today is Wednesday. I got it right for a change. I was saying yesterday, I was saying Wednesday, Monday, I was Sunday. Today, I got it right. Today is July 24th, 2024. And so, yeah, we're going to get through this. Uh, but yes, the day is seem like it's about to be one of those hot ones. Um, I know someone, I'm not going to name their names, but uh, she decided to go swimming in the outside pool this morning, thinking that the water was going to be warm. Wasn't warm, so it didn't get hot enough to keep the water hot. So I keep my exercises on the track or inside of the gym. So yeah, just want to throw that out there to you. All right, we have a good show today. It's actually today is what we call Work Wednesday. But before we get into that, I want to get into our wallet wins. Wallet win number one: finished my third month of successful budgeting. Yes, I'm glad they stuck with it to see what my not a theory is, just what I've always observed worked for me and everyone that I've coached. Give that budget 3 months. First month, you're fighting yourself. If it's your first time, you're fighting yourself mostly. Uh, you're trying to get the hang of the numbers, actually the habit itself. Second month, things are at the beginning of the month, you're still sort of fighting. Middle of the month, you're okay. You're getting a feel for what's what, when you pay what, how much money you're going to have, this, that, and the other. Third month is when you begin to see some results, and you can actually see that it's working for you. So by the end of that third month, all of the little rough spots should be worked out, and you see that it's actually going to work for you. So that is a good wallet win. Sticking with it, that is to be celebrated. Sticking with it for 3 months, hopefully to turn into a lifelong habit that you just do. Wallet win number two: just got back from our first debt-free vacation. Yep, that's a big one. I need one of those sound machines where I can do the hand claps. Uh, Anyone know about them? Have a suggestion. Let me know about that. Well, I'm quite sure it's online somewhere. I can find one of those where I do the hand clap and the cheer. Uh, Maybe as I expand, I may even have cheerleaders in here. Wallet win cheerleaders. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I know I'm getting looks. I'm going too far. Wallet win number three: our 15-year-old saved $1,000 from their summer job. Um, yeah, that's a serious wallet win there. Uh, Reading into this, I'm kind of looking maybe in a couple of weeks from this same person to say, yeah, the 15-year-old that saved $1,000 from their summer job, they bought all of their school supplies with the money. but, so I'm gonna look for that one. I'm gonna keep my eyes open for that one though. But there we go. Three good wallet wins. Finished my third month of successful budgeting. Just got back from my first debt-free vacation. 15-year-old saved $1,000 from a summer job. Those are three wallet wins to be celebrated. And if you have any wallet wins you want to share, no matter how large, how small, a win is a win. Like I say, these are small things that you do that creates the momentum, because that's what really financial success is. Building wealth, you talk to any wealthy person that has built wealth over time, they started with one wallet win after another, and it builds momentum, and now it's just perpetual wallet wins. A wealthy person, they're just in perpetual wallet wins is what it is. It's taking a life of its own, and it just wins now. So the wallet's always winning. So if you have something to share, put the hashtag wallet win in our comment section. We'll make sure and share it. If you have a question, put the uppercase Q. If we see it, we'll make sure that we read the question on air and answer it for you. All right, so let's get into our question here. Our question is, I'm 50 years old and divorced from my husband for 3 years. Been divorced from my husband for 3 years. And I have an adult daughter. I have some savings, about $60,000 in my 401k, some credit card debt, and I owe $110,000 on my house. My salary is $70,000 per year, and I receive an annual bonus, and I've been with my company for 5 years. Honestly, I thought I would be in a better financial position at this age, and I don't know what I could do. My goal has always been to retire at 65. Any suggestions would be helpful. All right, so we got a pretty much packed up question here with a lot of moving parts. So in this particular situation, when we're coaching, we use what is called the SWOT method, which is we identify the strengths, the weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So this is a good situation. This is a good one to put into that framework because I have just enough information here that I can actually work with it. Um, Number one, her strengths. Let's look at the strengths here. Um, she does have some savings, uh, some 401k, 60,000 in 401k. Salary is $70,000, and so that is good because the median U.S. income is like just over $37,000 a year. So she's doubled that. So and she's been with the company 5 years, and she receives an annual bonus. So those are the strengths. $70,000, and you're divorced now, so that means you're single and you have an adult child, so you don't have anyone to take care of now. You're not responsible for anyone financially, so it's just you. So with a $70,000 salary, you can get some things done once you get in order, get a plan in place here. So those are the strengths. I also hear some motivation here. Uh, I don't hear a lot of desperation. From reading it, after a while you read enough questions, talk to enough people, you can kind of pick up where it's going on. So we want to get that motivation going here. So we have some strengths. We have some strengths. Solid. Sound like she's in a solid career. She's been with the company 5 years. Receives annual bonus. Has a 401k. So those are the strengths. Weaknesses, the credit card debt. Um, um, just the fact of she thought she would be in a better position. So a little bit of let's get that mindset turned around. We don't want that to go down the road of becoming hopeless and all of that. There's plenty of reasons to be hopeful in this situation here. Um, the at 50 could be more in the 401k. Could be more 60,000. It could be more with a $70,000 salary. It could be more. That's not like a big time weakness. It is because you do have the money there. Um, opportunities are there with that salary. You can beef up the savings. There's some other things you could do with investment accounts. Um, with that your salary, you have the opportunity to, like I said, to beef up those savings, and you have an annual bonus. There's an opportunity. That was also a strength. There's an opportunity to get things in control and do more, put that annual bonus to work. Um, because the threats are with the 401k and that credit card debt. Number one, the credit card debt is eating up interest, and you just need to get rid of it. Um, the house, if it is, your the house that you're going to live in, 110,000. Just keep that steady. Just stay there and work on these other things first. Um, the 401k is the main one. We need to like I said, beef up that savings. There's a threat, and the mindset. Because as a coach, my job is to work on mindset and behavior. We look for mindsets and behaviors here because everyone pretty much knows what to do to win financially. You talk to We've talked to thousands of people plenty of times, They know to save, to invest. They know to do these things, okay? But they're still in certain financial situations. So those are behavior things. So that's why the first thing I want to do is pick up on the behavior. Where are you on this? Are you really motivated? Have you lost hope? Do you have hope? Because that's what we're here to do, is to get that part up, because that's half of financial success. You can have the best job in the world. You can have, well, let me put it this way: $1 million given to a person with the right training and the right behaviors is going to be $2, 3, 4, 6, $10 million in no time. Give $1 million to the person with the wrong habits and behavior and mindset, they'll be back at zero before you know it. So that is the true foundation of that. Then you put the financial stuff. That's why I've always said, that's what financial success is. It's your mentality, the money, motivation, and your method. What you use, mindset, money, and method. So you have the right mindset, a good method, and a little bit of money. That's where you see those people that can take a little and do a lot with it. That's because they have the right mindset here. So I just wanted to make sure and stress that here, and she does have a goal. My goal is her goal is to retire at 65. So those are the main thing on the threats are the credit card debt. Let's get that out of the way, and let's work on beefing up the 401k. So that goes into my next to my next point here. One of her main strengths is $70,000 a year salary, uh, which is almost double the annual median income. I'm talking to a 50-year-old like I was told, by my coaches and everyone. Once you get a certain age, uh, you could do an extra job to clean up things, get out of debt, do this, and that does help. But at that age, it's really time to look into the side hustle. It's side hustle time is what it is. Because if you want to retire at 65, you're gonna have to do you're gonna have to kind of get aggressive, and that's with the earnings, because you have the 70K. So, and you seem to be in a good place where everything is taken care of. So extra money, an extra job would help, but because of the tax situation, you're working, but you're still giving almost 50% of your money back in taxes. You know, Side hustle, that's one of the biggest reasons why you want to have a side hustle. Median income is 37,000 a year, but what I've come to understand, if you earn under 50,000, a side hustle will help out with your income, so you can really do some things financially. If you make over 50,000, the side hustle gives you those tax benefits, um, that can help you accelerate. And there's some other investment opportunities you could take advantage of, other investment accounts, SEP IRAs, things like that. You could take advantage of those that you wouldn't be able to because you're in the employee status. But being in the self-employed status, keeping your job, this is a side hustle that gives you those types of benefits. And the tax benefits, for instance, trips. You take a trip, you talk business, you do some business on your trip. Now it's an expense to be written off for the business. Um, Cars, your automobile, is used for business purposes. It's actually a tax benefit now. Your transportation expenses, those can become tax benefits for you. Entertainment, you're out and you're having dinner, or you're doing whatever, you're working with someone, and you're just having a good time, but it's also work related, business related. There you go, you can write it off. This is not to get over on the government. It's to take advantage of the thousands of tax benefits that the government will give you for having a business, because the small business is the engine of America. It is the engine of the economy. It's not these big, huge businesses. It's these millions of small businesses that are employing, 3, 4, 5, up to 100 people that's, serving their community, paying well, supporting people, and increasing lifestyle. And so the government, they give great tax benefits for those people that's willing to do it. So that's what the side hustle could do in this situation. With your $70,000 salary, then you put a side hustle. And when I say side hustle, I'm not saying another work trap. I'm not saying another job, something that you end up becoming another, taking up a lot of your time. When I talk side hustle, especially if it's your very first one, I don't mean going out buying franchises, things like that. The type that I'm talking about, I know people that start great side hustles for $100. You know, some they don't even spend 100 till they've made the 100. I'm talking about the type of side hustles, low cost of entry. Uh, they're usually service based, or it is a product that's like in high demand and you don't have to buy the product. You have to put a lot of money up for the product. For instance, there are some good network marketing companies out there that you could affiliate with. There's a lot of companies that sell product. They're just looking for distributors, uh, and you can plug into them low cost, if you pay anything or whatever. Because in today's economy, you set up a website, you put the link, people buy it, you're getting paid. And there, especially with what quarantine did for a lot of people when they went to that model, they didn't go back to their jobs because these models, they work very well, low cost of entry, and it didn't have that big learning curve. Because that's also one of the number one points of having a side hustle is, um, these types of side hustles that I talk about, they put your talents and skills to work. And at 50 years old, you have more talents and skills than you think. Every person, that's what I've been taught by person. Someone sit me down and was like, so what have you done? And I told them everything. They pointed out like 15 small businesses I could start just off of the talents and skills. And I mean, now that I've worked with people and been in those focus groups with other groups of people, um, just anything. I don't care if there's people that have worked at convenience stores. They worked behind the counter at convenience stores, and they were just good at their job. Everyone liked them. People came into the store. The main reason why the people came into that store because of this person and all of this. Well, that was a customer service master. They were the master of customer service. Now they're consulting with companies on how to build great customer service, because we all know we're not going to spend our money somewhere where we don't receive great customer service. You know that. So that's just an example of the skills. If you are on the phones, if at a company or whatever, um, phone etiquette. There's phone etiquette consultants out there, to just teach people how to talk to someone over the phone because they can't see you. So you have to create an image with your voice, and that's what these good people can do. A person that is if you've been a manager for years, you're a manager consultant. You know how to hire, you know how to interview, you know how to look at resumes, you know how to coach and lead. So you look at all of this, and in today, especially with coaching, there you go. I mean, this what I'm doing. I started out as a real estate agent who had a television show, who did a couple of shows about personal finance. Next thing you know, I'm an accidental financial coach. Just like that. People were willing to pay me for coaching, and I learned it from being around the advisors. Because the advisors, they work with numbers and all of this. I'm working with the behavior things. I started implementing it into real estate, and to say, hey, if this financial stuff works so well over here, it could be good to give a first time buyer or buyer or seller, someone, a little financial coaching to prevent foreclosure, or to prevent, bankruptcy, things like that. And that's just what happened because I'm a believer in multiple streams of income. And so there you go. Another example, sit here. I'm doing it was public access television show for a business to help my friend out hosting a show. People started approaching me. Could you help me with my show? So before you know it, I was like, well, I don't want to go down that path, but just I could have easily became a TV production consultant just like that. I didn't really see it as a big time skill, but because I knew how to operate the equipment, I knew how to, I've been running a show and all of this, hosting a show and everything. I was being approached. So I just said that to say, to give you all of these examples of, you have the skills and talent. If you are a certain age, you have more skills and talents than you believe. And it's time to put some of those to work in your own business. And that's why I stress the ones that you already have, is because your learning curve needs to be spent on becoming a good business person. It doesn't need to be spent learning how to sell learning your product or your service. You already have that down pat. You already know that. You're an expert at that. So now you can put your focus over here on becoming a good business person, because a good business person knows, an expert knows a lot about a little. Entrepreneurs and business people know a little about a lot. So you've got to learn a little bit. You've got to understand marketing. You've got to understand taxation. You've got to understand, the finance of the business, branding and all of this stuff, sales, definitely sales. You have to understand that. So you don't need to spend your time understanding, becoming an expert. You're already an expert. Now you can put the model around it, choose the model. And that's what would take care of this person 50 years old with a good salary, with a side hustle, will be retired at 65. Probably won't want to retire, because this is what most people have when they get into something that they're really passionate about and put their talents and skills together. They don't feel like working. They don't feel like they're working, and they just do it as long as they can. So I hope that helped. I hope that answered the question, and I hope I gave some other good information. And if I did give some good information, share it, like it. And before I go, I have to do the question of the day. I was about to close out, got excited about talking about this side hustle stuff, almost forgot about the question of the day, which is, what talents and skills do you have that can be turned into a business? That's the question of the day. It's time for a talent and skill audit. That's what it's, you're doing your financial audit. It's time to come over here personally and do those personal skills, the inner audit. Let's do the inner audit. How's my mindset? How's my attitude? What skills did I learn this year? What talents have I, enhanced? What talents do I have that I need to enhance and put to work? Because that's where the purpose comes from. When you see a person of purpose, they're working in their strengths, they're working in their passions and their talents, and they're pumping on all cylinders, and they're just the people you want to be around. So that's the question of the day. So, like I said, now let me come back. I hope you liked the information that I gave. If you liked it, share it, uh, like it, hit the thumbs up, share it with the friends, and tune in tomorrow. I'll be answering more of your questions to help you to financial health and wellness. We'll talk.